Hello followers, greetings. This is Adam's Dominion Services. Today I will still be talking about the National Social Insurance Fund, but our main topic of today is why Social Security exists and why every worker would like to understand what it is. Okay? So the National Social Insurance Fund in Cameroon, known as CNPS, Caisse Nationale de Prévoyance Sociale, is out for all these points. You understand? When we talk of social security, this is a case, a situation where the National Social Insurance take charges as far the health of a worker is concerned. And not only the health of the worker, but the entire family of that worker. You understand? So the first thing here is about the financial breakthrough and the financial protection of that worker and the entire family of that worker. So that is why we talk about the social security that exists at the level of the National Social Insurance, which is our main base topic we are going to share today. Like, share, comment, give questions, because I always receive questions before I come online to give the details so that people will understand. So the first point under social security is income protection. When we talk of income protection, for example, let's say you are old, or you had an injury, or you are sick. At this moment, the National Social Insurance taking charges of your health and everything as far you are eligible at the level of the National Social Insurance. Then the second point now is retirement pension. When we talk of retirement pension, it means you have worked for a duration, that is a number of years, before the National Social Insurance can offer you your retirement pension. And for those that can benefit for that, you must at least do your social contributions for 15 years at least, which means if you have done your social contributions only maybe 14 or 13 years, that one will not be recognized. So with the law put in place at the level of the National Social Insurance, you must do at least 15 years. At some time, there are people that have worked for a number of years, and at the age of 60, which is the retirement age, they discover that they have instead done their social contribution for 15 years. They will decide to maybe go in to complete the other year so that they can benefit for their pension. So when you have that notion, and at the age of 60, which is the retirement age, that is the moment you can ask for your pension. If not, if you are 50 years, they cannot give you the retirement pension because the law has already stipulated it, which is at the age of 60 years. So you need to keep that in mind and make sure that they do your social contribution for at least 15 years. So that is the second point as far as social security is concerned at the level of the National Social Insurance Fund. At some time, workers feel difficult, maybe worried in order to wait up to 15 years. Please, if you have done your social contributions for, let's say, 10 years or 14 years or let's say 13 years, you can still go to the National Social Insurance and ask them to refund your money. You understand? So that of pension is when you are on your retirement, this structure will give you your arrear first. Then after your arrear, every end of month, they will be giving you allowances. That is your pension allowances, which will take you till you are not more there. So if you earn or maybe 10 years or 9 years and you decide that no, you will not really continue to, you can still go to the National Social Insurance and tell them to reimburse you what you have contributed. So it is not that they will consume your money. I hope we are all clear for that. If you have questions, please ask. So the third point we have now is work injury compensation. Let's say you're working in the company and you have an injury. At that moment that you have that injury or you are disabled to work at the level of your place of work, the next thing is for you to go to the National Social Insurance or your employer to present himself at the level of the National Social Insurance and table your issue. So at this moment, the Social Security will then now come out in order to take care of you, and all the hospital bills and other bills like maybe say medicines, everything, the National Social Insurance will be the one to take in charge of it. So that is another this is. And the fourth point now is family protection. When we talk of family protection, we mean family allowances. When you are eligible, when your employer has really done your social contributions and has been paying, yes, it means you are eligible. And at this moment, you can present your children at the level of the National Social Insurance, through which they will be paying you every month so that you can support the life of your children, school fees, and other things. So employers are the one in charge at this point because they need to do your social contributions. If they don't do your social contributions, it will be difficult for you to receive family allowances. And the fifth point of social security is maternity leave. I know this point is really great for women. So when we talk of maternity leave, this is a moment on which the woman may be working is on the time to put to bed. Okay, let's say a number of 3 months is always given for women going in for maternity leave. And at this moment, your employer don't need to do your social contribution. Let's say the 3 months put in place that it is for your maternity leave. Your employer don't need to do your social contribution. Because if your employer does your social contribution at the level of the National Social Insurance, they will recognize it that they have been paying you, so they don't need to pay you again. And the only thing you may ask is your money, what you have spent in order to put to bed. So when you're doing at this moment, when whatsoever you are doing, you need to make sure your employer does not do your social contribution in that number of 3 months on which you are going in for maternity leave. Then after, when you are done, you can provide the necessary documents needed in order to benefit for maternity leave. So please, sometimes some of our women, they may be in the hospital and the employer is still doing the national social contributions and it plays over you. Please trust me, and what I'm saying is real. When you're on maternity leave, they don't need to do your social contribution for that 3 months. After the 3 months, ask for your maternity leave support allowances. They will pay all the 3 months you have not been working, and they will pay your expenditure at the level of the hospital. All this will be refunded to you. So take note for. And the 6th point now is survivor benefit. Okay, at this level, let's say you have been working for 20 years and the company you have been working with, they have been doing your social contributions well, and they are not owing the National Social Insurance Fund. Then unexpectedly, maybe you die. Okay, I always encourage people, when you are at the level of the National Social Insurance Fund, always make your wife be aware, your children be aware. When you are of late, your wife needs to come up in order to benefit all what you have been saving at the level of National Social Insurance. Your wife or your children, they need to present documents so that the National Social Insurance will refund all this money or give the pension and start maybe contributing every month for the life of the children and your wife. So these are the points when we talk of social security, these are the points on which you need to keep in your mind. Conclusively, this one goes with the legal protection. Please, it is compulsory for all employers of companies. If you are an employer, it is a must for you to be at the level of the National Social Insurance Fund. And when you are there, you need to immatriculate all your employees and you need to do their social contributions. Unless an employee will refuse that, no, I don't want to be there, on which I look it to be stupid and maybe foolishly. Okay, workers, it is compulsory. I hope the labor code in Cameroon talks about it. It is compulsory for you to immatriculate your workers at the level of national social insurance, because it will help them. It will help the employees and also help you yourself as the employer in certain documents that you maybe may need in order to further some technical issues as far as the government is concerned. So all these points I've given about the social security, please, if you are not eligible, you cannot benefit them. When I talk of eligible, I mean if they are not doing your social contributions, if they are not doing your social contributions at the level of the National Social Insurance Fund, CNPS, Caisse Nationale de Prévoyance Sociale, you are not eligible. When you are eligible, you have the access to all this. It was Adam's Dominion Services. Please don't forget to like. Don't forget to ask questions. Don't forget to share it with your brothers so that they will learn and understand what is all about the National Social Insurance Fund in Cameroon.